How have cell phones negatively affected our today's adolescents? Well, it's without a doubt that all kids can't go a minute without a cell phone in their hand or by their side, whether it's on a social media platform like Twitter or Facebook, or whether it's they're sending text messages to one another or their parents or friends, family, whoever it might be, they might be texting. One thing for sure is that cell phones aren't going anywhere anytime soon, and people need to realize what the true harms of these devices are actually causing. First off, social change. These cell phones and the technologies that are coming out with them are shaping today's culture and what kids think of as the social norm or what society accepts as a norm. The social status too is another big thing that these cell phones are starting to produce. They're starting to make kids think that, hey, I need this cell phone to be accepted by society, or I need to be the cool kid in the classroom because I have an iPhone and I'm considered part of Team iPhone. By a show of hands, could I see how many people in this classroom actually have a cell phone? Okay, so like I said, as you can see, everybody in here has a cell phone. I did a personal gain or study of myself walking in class one day. I walked from down campus up to the HMSC, and I looked to see how many kids are on their phones or actually using them while they're just walking around in public. Well, of the 20 kids I saw, 18 of them were using their cell phones in some type of way. Whether it was they were on texting, they were using them as an iPod, they were talking socially with somebody. It's unbelievable that kids can't go a minute without these things. One of the big things that cell phones are doing to today's society is affecting today's youth because of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is when you maliciously attack somebody through a social media platform where it's not face-to-face, but rather it's on the internet. These bullies are sending threatening messages, making fun of other kids, and they're just doing nothing but causing harm to children. Parents need to realize that because of the advancements in technology today, instead of people just going home and getting on a computer to be able to cyberbully, it can be done straight from your cell phone now. You can get on Twitter, you can get on Facebook, right from a mobile app, and all it takes is the click of a button to send a text, and boom, the cyberbullying has begun. Another thing that's arisen since cyberbullying has come big on cell phones is sexting, which is where a person sends a nude or provocative picture of themselves to another person via text message or over some type of direct messaging through a social media website. Well, the problem with sexting is kids send these pictures not thinking like, hey, if I'm a girl and I send it to my boyfriend, he's going to have it because it's my significant other and nothing's going to happen. Well, what happens once they break up? The girl breaks up with the guy gets mad, sends the picture to all of his friends, and now the girl's upset because everyone's seeing this nude photo of herself. Well, a lot of people are committing suicide and they're really hurting themselves because they're getting so offended by this. And it really is something that needs to be taken care of. There are also many health concerns on what these cell phones are doing to today's youth and even us as an older generation and the generations ahead of us. There's radiation that's put off of these phones that is not good for your health.
Cell phone radiation is trending on the heels of a new study in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Researchers found a 7% energy increase in brain tissue closest to the cell phone's antenna when subjects used a phone for 50 minutes. While that's several times less activity than visual brain regions show during an engaging movie, the study's co-author Dardo Tomasi says it's still unnatural. Nature didn't prepare our brains for this. Unlike previous studies that suggested a link between cell phone radiation and cancer, the new study doesn't conclude whether these effects are positive or negative. But it's the first to show that brain tissue is activated by exposure to cell phone radio frequencies.
Kids' obesity rates are also increasing because of these cell phones and cell phone use. Kids now can watch TV, videos, play games. They can do almost anything from them, like I said earlier. So, in relation, this is causing children not to go outside, be active, play, because they'd rather just sit inside on a couch on their cell phones all day. After researching the effects on cell phones, it is vitally apparent that these are causing not only harm but emotional distress to today's youth. Parents need to realize that this is a problem in today's society, and they need to learn how to educate today's youth to try to prevent some of these problems. Cell phones aren't going anywhere anytime soon, and it needs something to be done to show that these devices are actually harmful and that we can do something to prevent what harm they can do.